Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today here I have with me the Realme Narzo 30A, and in this video I'm gonna give you a long-term review of this phone, and the long-term review is almost for about 5 to 6 months, and that's how much long I have this phone for, and I'm gonna tell you what I think about this phone, whether you should get it or not, and the software situation of the phone, of this phone, and for any Realme smartphone in general, what I think about it. So the basic thing about this phone, the main thing I told you in the first video which I made about it, comparing it with the Realme C3 and also giving you my review about it, was the fact that that this phone, for the price that it's coming for and the specs that it has, it's really good, and no other phone is offering the same specs at this price. Even if they are offering the same spec, the same processor and the camera and everything, their price is a little bit higher, or there is some major kind of compromise because of which the other phones are not worth it. But this phone, the specs it's offering and the price level and the quality, like, and everything I told you, the USB type C, the speaker, the camera and everything, it's really good and you should get it. And even told you that the Realme smartphones that came after this, the C20s, the 21 and the 25s, that those phones, the software was the latest, like Android 11, but the processor was really weak in that. Like, this is the G85, the Realme C3 had the G70, and those phones, the C21 and the C25, had the G35 or 25, something like that. So the processor was really weak, but the software was good. And even right now, even after using it for a couple of months, there is one issue only with the software on this phone, but the rest of the things are really good with it. Like, when I reviewed this phone, after making a review about it, after a week or so, the brands like Tecno, Infinix released their smartphones with the same processor, but the only difference was that those phones had a better camera, the 48 megapixel camera. This phone has a 13 megapixel main camera, because of which the quality is really not that good if you compare it with those smartphones. And especially and those smartphones came with a 48 megapixel camera, and the display refresh rate was 90 hertz instead of 60. And you might say that those things are good, and you might, like, a lot of people think that, okay, I'll go with those phones. The thing about those phones is the software. Like, this phone, yes, you can say that this is the Realme UI, which is kind of a ColorOS smartphone, ColorOS operating system, which is almost like one-on-one copy of it, with the with the settings, look and everything, even the way the camera looks. But the thing is, what I'm trying to make a point here is that this phone, even though there are some issues, like, the settings page in Realme UI, where you can swipe between the apps, it's not working here. That's one of the things that's not working, but the rest of the things are working fine. There might be some slight hang up, or maybe even the camera quality might not be that good of this phone, but for the price, and like, if you think about, this phone came for around 20,600 rupees in Pakistan, and those other smartphones like the C21 came for around, I think, 21 or 22, and the C25 came for around 27 or 8, like, it was closer to 30,000. Infinix released a smartphone with the 90 Hz display with the same processor, and the software was, I think, Android 11 for that, and the headphone came at 25,000. And even Tecno released a similar smartphone with a similar processor, and the price was also around 26,000. But the reason I stuck with this phone, and I will stick with this phone and keep using it as my daily travel till the time a proper upgrade or a proper successor doesn't come for this phone, is the reason because of the software. uh, I put a lot of emphasis on the software, and I try to get, like, the software which closely represents the stock UI. Like, you might say this is not stock UI, there are a lot of bloatware and a lot of those stuff, and yes, that's true. But if you go with Infinix or Tecno, their skin, the skin on top of Android is really heavy with some advertisement, and because of that even though the specifications are good, it has a 90 Hz display and smooth display refresh rate, and the camera is good. But if you don't have a good software, you might not have that good of an experience that you are trying to get from those phones. And this phone, even though it's on Android 10, and yes, Realme focuses their software releases mostly in India, like this phone, for this phone, the Android 11 beta is running, but that's only in India. When the open beta comes out, that's also for India. When the stable release comes out, that's mostly focused on India, and maybe some in later months it will be released to another few, like, the rest of the region. Like, but at least they are not, like, giving, I never have I ever seen any ads on this phone, even though the price is low. and even when I'm using this phone to play any of the games, like these are the simple games. This PUBG Lite is like what I prefer to play because it's lightweight. It gives you good gaming performance. In my any previous videos I ran Genshin Impact, PUBG Mobile, the main one. It's running really well. Even COD Mobile, like you get 60 FPS, and some people might say no, they want a more higher FPS, but for me this much FPS is fine, and I'm using it like for everyday stuff, like for social media, for email, for YouTube, for gaming, for a lot of the everyday stuff. And yes, the battery runs down, like if you use it really heavily, like if you play games a lot and run videos at full resolution, the battery will run down like within a day. But if you use it with a slight conscience of saving the battery, then you will get at least 2 days of battery life. I'm not that much in for the like a camera guy, like getting a camera for making getting a good photos and anything. If it gives you a decent quality, I'm okay with that. I'm not like I want the 4K quality and everything, so I'm okay with that. The only downside is that one glitch, like I think it's a glitch that this swiping doesn't work, and the update situation. But if you go with any smartphone, like what I've noticed in some companies, what they do is that they focus, like if they release a software update, they'll focus on the flagship, and they release for that phone like at the same time. And even there, if you have, like, it depends whether you have a carrier or not, like Verizon or anything like that, or even here like Jazz, they might cause some issue because of which the software might be delayed. If you get unlocked, then you don't know when you will get it in at what time. Even but I'll give you one thing, like this software is running fine, and I hope that when Android 11 at whatever point it comes out, it will bring all those features which the stock Android 11 brings, and it will hopefully keep the phone running smoothly, no stuttering, I hope. But that's only on hoping that the update doesn't bring any issues in the smartphone. Other than that, I have no issue using this phone till the time a proper successor. What I mean by proper successor, maybe the next successor could have like like the 90Hz display, even if it's an LCD display, and mostly the display is the thing that most people might point out that it's a 60Hz, but to me it doesn't really matter whether it's 60, 90. It should be like if you think about the price and then you look at it, the USB Type C, the headphone jack, the software it's running, you might, like, some people will be like, I need the latest. But if you go with the latest, you will get a weaker phone that might have issues running simple, like everyday stuff, like forget gaming, like the social media stuff, it might stutter, it might hang. But because this phone has a G85, I have no issues for waiting for the next software update, because I'm at least having a good experience with this phone. Maybe a slight stutter here and there, maybe a slight hang up here and there, but that's common with any phone. Even with a flagship smartphone, you will get some kind of stuttering. So there's no guarantee, like if you buy a flagship smartphone, you won't get any stuttering or running smooth. That's it. That's all I wanted to say about this phone, and this is my long-term review about it. Like I have run a lot of things on this phone, and so far, other than one or two slight hang-ups or slight slowdowns, I haven't noticed any other issue on this phone. And if you are still thinking of buying this phone, you should get it. You should get this phone if you're if you're the kind of person who wants at least a decent experience from their phone, and the have no issue with the software, like it's running Android 10 and Android 11 is out in beta form, and still this phone doesn't have it. And Android 12 is also coming out sometimes later, in a few months. If you're a person that is not affected by any of these, or even by the camera quality, because I know a lot of people who will buy this phone for the price that it is, they'll be ready to compromise the camera quality, and all they would want is a decent camera experience, the decent software experience, and the main thing they'll focus on is that this phone at least could run for them good for them for like a year or two. And after that, maybe by the time this phone slows down or starts giving you some issues, by that time a proper successor will show up, and they'll easily, because the price is around 20,000, it's not that much an issue to upgrade to another smartphone of the same price with better specs. So I think for right now, for a couple of months, I'll keep using this as my daily driver. And once this phone at whatever point it gets the Android 11 update, I'll try to make a video about it. Even if it's available in the beta form, I'll run on it and I'll give you my experience about it, what I think about the Android 11 beta. Or even if like the final release the stable version is rolled out and this phone gets it, I'll make a video about it and tell you what I think about it. with the update. This is my long term view with the Android 10 software and what I think about the overall specs of this phone. So that's all for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.